Welcome back to Gale Force Wins Season 5.
Hey folks, welcome back to Gale Force Wins. I wanted to provide a little bit of context for the episode you're about to see. My 21-year-old son, Spencer, for the last 2 summers has been going to a place in Germany called Kassel, Germany, and he's learning German. The first time was 2023. The episode you're about to see was recorded in the summer of 2024 with his billet family, and in particular, the gentleman, Mark Kohler. Mark is an architect in Kassel, incredible entrepreneur, and this short interview done by my son, one of his first interviews, is something that I think you'll find pretty interesting. Please enjoy.
What excites you the most about the future of Kassel?
I didn't get that.
What excites you the most? What excites you the most about the future of Kassel?
Again, it's the nature around and in Kassel.
Yeah.
It is also the people and the culture. There's a lot of culture going on, events, music, art.
And you're in the art.
Theater, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Doing that, and that's the main thing I'm doing this in my Freizeit.
Yeah. Free time.
Free time. Yeah.
Yeah. And what made you want to be? For people that don't know, Mark is an architect. And what made you want to get into architecture? Because I feel like architecture and art are one and the same, more or less.
Well, maybe to find a home, to make myself a nest.
Yeah.
But later I recognized that organizing a city, working with people, making space to live, that's the thing I want to do.
Yeah. I feel like certain people, especially like my dad, his business partner Alan, I feel like that's the people I grew up around. People like networking and enjoy really working with people and building something. So interesting. That's interesting. I feel like I wouldn't pin someone who's like that to become an architect for me. But maybe I think that could be a German thing. The engineering and business seems to click a lot more in Germany than back home. You have good questions now. So, what's the reason for taking in an international student?
Well, I love to meet people.
Yeah.
We love to meet people. Uta and me, my wife and me, traveled around the world together, and now our boys, our children, they're 15 and 17 years old. They must learn to leave the nest. And you show them you were a good example what can happen.
Yes.
if you leave the nest and you go to a different country, different culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was good. It was really interesting here. Yeah, I sort of came here on a whim. Consider this whim? It's not whim. It's like heat of the minute decision.
Yeah. Okay.
Heat of the moment. Yeah, whim. And that's why I think it's been fantastic. I mean, I got paired with you. It was a great pairing. The program was great, and it's just fascinating. The city's fascinating. Germany's a fascinating place. It's open for business. It really is. Like you said, there's like a labor shortage. Labor shortage? Keine Arbeiter?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a big opportunity for people like someone with international backgrounds. Yeah. What would you say is the biggest struggle of operating a business in maybe Germany, Kassel, or just in general?
The biggest operating...
The biggest difficulties. What do you...
Oh, yeah, that's the shortage.
Yeah,
labor.
Yeah.
With huge problems with good
workers.
Good workers. No, yes, that's also we have a lot of buildings that we are supposed to plan and to build, but we have a lack of good workers.
Yeah. I think that's a problem everywhere right now. Yeah, it's the question to solve. It's $1 million question. So, where do you think you see yourself in 5 to 10 years?
Well, maybe working a little less.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
But I see myself here working with my group.
Yeah.
enjoy that my family's boys are leaving and find their way in life.
Hopefully.
But there's nothing specific I want to reach in 10 years.
Yeah, no specific goal. Just living.
Yeah, we're now working on a level I wanted always to reach, and now we have great projects.
So it's just keep it busy, keep them coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was starting off like? How did you get to where you are now? How did you get to where you are now? Like, starting off. Das war beginnen. Erst beginnen. Was der Schwerweg? Und
okay.
wie hast du jetzt?
The very beginning as an architect was hard. I have a little office with one person, me, and doing everything and finding projects.
And that was your own like firm, architecture firm, just yourself?
No, just
freelancing.
Yeah, freelancing.
Okay,
doing everything
yourself.
And now we have 25 workers and working for the army, for the state, building schools, kindergartens.
It's a real thing now.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah. What was the hardest thing about converting just you alone into this? Like, is there something that you remember?
Yeah, find good partners.
Good partners. Yeah.
And now found 2 good partners, and we're looking for another maybe 2.
Yeah.
To grow.
To grow more and more and more. This business, or pardon, this building, for people who don't know, Hamlin Bad Ops, was an old swimming pool that you bought and converted into a workspace and event space. Why'd you do that?
Well, we needed a new office, a larger office, and then we had decided to build a pretty normal, good office building, and then we read in the newspaper this old public swimming pool is for sale.
Yeah.
And we thought, wait, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's a historic building. It was pretty much
cheaper.
Well, it was cheap, yes, but not cheaper than a free building site. But we immediately know that it will be very good for public relations.
Yeah.
Everybody will look at us when we do this.
Yeah, we fix something.
And that's the reason why the event space works very good
here.
We have exhibitions and discussions. People book it just for birthday or for business company parties.
It's not just a new space. It carries a lot of history with it.
Yeah,
it's great. It's really cool. I think that sends a big statement. I think what my dad tries to do, especially a lot of places in Newfoundland, they're like pound valves. They're run down. They're old, and it's in English we say breathing fresh air into it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Frischen Wind einhauchen.
Frischen Wind einhauchen. Yeah. It's huge. It's really cool. I think that's very. It's honorable to take a headache like an old building or an old town or something and to try and fix it.
Actually, we won a prize for that.
Yeah. Really? Oh, the heritage prizes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. Yeah, we have a lot of those in Newfoundland. Old heritage homes, very old heritage homes. You can probably get certifications for it, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever see yourself coming to Newfoundland?
Yes.
Yeah. Easy and exciting. Nice. Yeah. Well, our doors are open. It's all good.
I think we need to go and visit your family.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd be more than thrilled. And if you like networking, my father is. My father is more than a few people to keep you busy.
You have to meet the ambassador.
The ambassador. Yeah, literally. Do you have any projects you're doing right now that really excite you?
Yes, of course.
Yes. Is there any that you can talk about or?
Yes, of course. So I'm building several schools, but right next week we call it Richtfest. So it's a school building. It's a gym for public school.
Yeah.
And we build it completely out of wood. So it's very sustainable architecture.
That's fascinating.
And maybe that's my favorite project.
Yeah. Is there when you look for projects or when you get projects, is there some that you like? Do you have a favorite type of thing to either design or do?
Well, design now, each design has its own rules. We start from the bottom of the plane, from bottom of the plate paper, we say.
Yeah.
And think what do the client need, and then we start. But we mostly do projects for public.
The public, yeah. Is there a specific type of space you enjoy designing? I think that was more my question. Like, is there a specific kind of space of schools or like offices? Is there something? Yeah. Is there a space where you feel like most free to design?
Yeah, a lot of kindergartens and schools. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you find that, like, when you get into business, specifically in something like this, when you're doing consulting and designing, do you think reaching deadlines and do you think that when you learn to reach deadlines and do your best and when you learn to do your best and reach the deadline, do you think that bleeds over into your life? Do you think that?
Yes.
Do you think it teaches you discipline and keeps you?
I've always were very disciplined person, but it makes more problem than it improves my life, because sometimes
you dive too far into it.
I try to run my family as business.
As a business,
that makes a problem, because my wife is not always happy to so disciplined like
a military.
Yes.
Yeah. I find a lot of people that I run into who grow businesses or run their businesses, I find that the way they carry themselves in their personal life usually reflects how other businesses do. You see people with successful businesses who are very disciplined people, and learning how to meet that deadline and do well really bleeds over into people's lives, I think.
Yeah, maybe I learned a lot. The other way around works again also. From the very beginning of when I was a child, I was driving bicycle.
Yeah.
A long distance.
Yeah.
And that makes you to learn a lot of your body.
Independence and
independence and your body. When do we need a break? How to maintain your body?
Yeah.
and when you work as an architect, for example, on a project for 5 years, a larger school or a larger project, then you have to you have to maintain your work, you have to make stamina. And before becoming or getting a burnout, that's a problem about some workers.
With a lot of workers today.
You have to learn when to make a break and breathe a little bit.
I think we in Canada, I think the biggest thing I've noticed in Germany is there's a lot of breaks and pauses, and I think we like to poke fun at the Europeans for being lazy or not wanting to do it. But I think going back to Canada, where we're so productivity crazy, that there's a lot to learn from maybe the European lifestyle, maybe like countries like Germany, countries like Scandinavian countries who seem to have it figured out. A good work-life balance, because I know personally a lot of people in North America are just burned out, and when you lose your creativity, you lose your desire to do what you want if you're burned out, even if you love it.
Yeah, you need little spaces or rooms or islands. To recover.
Yeah, exactly.
Go paddling, go driving, bicycle driving, or just lay in the sun, whatever you want, but you need.
And I think a lot, even coming from a place like Newfoundland, we have I think we take it for granted. We have a lot of natural, it's sort of like talent. We have so much natural abundant beauty, but I think in Germany we come to places like, places like you said, like Hamburg, not Hamburg, Munster, places that are flat. There's all these places in Germany that are very boring. There's not so much natural beauty, and then they make it. They make the Fahrradstrasse, they greenify the city, they make it interesting. And I think a lot of the reason why it's nice is it's dealing with scarcity. Like when you don't have, when I go back home, because it was just handed to us, all the the mountains and all this stuff, people just take it for granted. Where in Germany, you have to make it real. Like a lot of the beauty has to be made. That's a rambling.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's my opinion.
That you see it from the outside.
Yeah, I see it from the outside with a lot of cities, and I think we can learn a lot from that. I mean, not just combating burnout, but dealing with, I think people's quality of life could be a lot better if we sort of took an approach where we thought about people more.
Just my partner told me that in Germany, it's in ranking of life quality, place 2 on Earth.
Probably. What was the
I was very surprised. I'm not sure what the first.
No, the quality of life here is extraordinary.
I was surprised that it's so high.
Yeah.
International study.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. No, I was shocked when I came here. I think when it plays into business, it plays into everything. The way you feel, the way you live, really plays into, what you can do as a person, as a society, with your business. If you're feeling good, your life is good. You're gonna do good things. Yeah. Well, 10 minutes maybe, 15 minutes, that probably suffices. Well, thank you very much for having me. Thank you for letting me.
Thank you for coming. We learned from you. Maybe see us again.
I hope so.
That would be great if you come again next year.
I think we're gonna come again next year.
We have to think about our drive or flight or
quite the
journey to.
Ja. Vielen Dank für all deine Zeit. Für all die Essen, ich habe gegessen.
Mostly meat.
Ja, mostly Fleisch. Und viel Glück auf all deinen Wegen.
Ja, das wünsche ich dir auch. Aber ich bin mir sehr sicher, dass du einen guten Weg vor dir hast. Du bist ein sehr wacher Geist.
Ja, und bis zum nächsten Mal. Okay, that's it. We can end it.
Thank you for tuning in to Gale Force Wins. That's Gale Force Wins, WINS.com.